Anyways, we've got readies for both players. Off they go. And good boards for both players. Floyd with a little bit more speed-friendly board to start. What's interesting is you do see a split sort of going from the right and going left down on Dars's board. It's going to cause a board split. And also a pretty big board split for Floyd as well, as he's not really able to get anything going and is really just locked up.
Yeah, that entirely yellow column 7 is a little bit troubling to me. And already there's a commanding lead by Dars, 7 viruses, which we're not used to seeing this early.
No, we're not. And it's a pretty huge lead. It's one of the bigger leads that you can get, when you're just a minute in. Dars is absolutely going to town. But again, that split board's starting to affect him. And also he's left that one red virus up in column 8 hanging. And he's either going to have to deal with some drop time or hope for some doubles.
Right. Those last pills up top, they can either just work out perfectly fine, or they can be a big problem, as you were thinking it might be. It just depends on what the last colors to arrive are. For sure.
Floyd's other big problem right now is his top line is almost exclusively red. He is starting to whittle things down and get access to those yellows. Maybe go for a fat log if he gets 2 consecutive double yellows. Looks like he's cut himself off from that for the time being. He may be going for that double red, and that does look like the play.
Right. For those of you who don't know, a fat log is a double horizontal clear. We have a lot of crazy names in our community for various things. You'll see the lightning bolt, the sweet tea. And Dars is out as a 151.
And Floyd looking to have rebounded here, and he won't be too far behind Dars, as he's going to be out at 201. A bit of a, you don't want to see a 2 getting out of level 6, but he's not far behind. He's still about half a dozen viruses or so behind, and it looks like Dars may have made a bit of an error up top.
I'm not sure. He's looking clear to me, but he did split his board immediately, and so with all that yellow on top, it's a little bit concerning.
He did have a misflip, but as soon as I said it, he fixed it. So
okay.
Down to 2 minutes and 40 seconds now through this first match. Remember, it is a best of 3, and this first match so critical. These first 2 levels just really important to maintain a pace, get yourself a rhythm, and Dars is about to completely clear his right side out, and Floyd's left side is almost completely cleared out, but Floyd has taken the lead up by 3 viruses.
Right. His board is nice and clean. One thing that Dars just never really had any pills low down, and so everything's been pretty high up for him, which will mean drop time for sure. Oh, this double yellow for him is perfect. Look at that.
Great combo to get out at 321. And these players out right about the same time. So it's even Steven as we get to the second half of this first game. And both players off to a great start. Not really a scattered board for either player. There's going to be a big bubble in Dars's level once he starts getting through these next couple of lines of viruses. But Floyd, even with the lack of blue help, still has a really good board, a really good speed-friendly board, a lot of opportunities for doubles and 1-pill clears.
Mm-hmm. Dars had this really interesting board that had a lot of opportunities for horizontal, but it was all blue. So you kind of watched him making those decisions of whether to hold out for it, and he's been working around that. But Floyd is in a nice, tidy lead right now. All those pills clustered in the middle could be a problem, but he's working on it really quickly.
I like the long L by by Dars to really get that board opened up. But he is down by about a dozen. He has narrowed that down to 8. Floyd is going to play the horizontal and get a double horizontal drop out of it. Brilliant play. I think it's time to get out the lemons with that sweet tea. As Floyd now down to 2 viruses and will be out at a 441. So despite a rough 6, Floyd bounced back through 7 and 8 and has a big lead.
Yeah, that's really great to see. The sweet tea phrase becoming popular. There's no difference between a sweet tea and just a regular tea, but we just like to call it that. So all that Dars needs is a bunch of red, one little yellow that's kind of trapped, and I think he's going for some horizontals and
Great play here to get everything cleared out. He's going to tuck that down for another sweet tea. He's going to get out at 516. He's got some work to do, though. He's down by a dozen viruses, although it is an almost exclusively blue top line for Floyd.
Ooh, putting that double red where he did sort of eliminated an opportunity for a T. But yeah, I think having all these blues will give Dars an opportunity to do a little bit of catch up, though Dars has a little bit of a blue problem himself.
And it looks like everything's kind of sloping down right to left. Those sloping boards, incredibly infuriating to deal with, as if you're not getting anything, if you get everything to favor that right side, that left side becomes so problematic, and vice versa. It's really all about maintaining top line balance on those sloping boards. Speaking of top line, a pretty diverse top line for Floyd. He's got access to two colors of almost every virus. Now he's free and clear. He's got access to everything. 8 viruses to go, and Floyd looking for that horizontal, and he's going to get it, and he's set up beautifully for another horizontal on that yellow, and he's going to get that savage. He's just down to 3 reds.
Yeah, he really stormed back in this game. I mean, having an over 2-minute level 6, you don't expect to see this much dominance later on, but he's really taking care of business. Meanwhile, Dars has to deal with this. Certainly column 3 is a little bit trouble, which could be fixed with that double red, but it doesn't matter. Floyd's done at a 6:34.
Floyd took 4 minutes and 34 seconds to clear his last 3 levels. That's an average of, if my math is right here, about 90 seconds a level, 95 seconds a level. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, averaging faster than your level 6 for the rest of the levels, that's pretty fantastic. So, yeah. Way to go, Floyd. GG's.
And imagine if Floyd would have had, your standard, minute 15, minute 20, round 6, he could have had that sub 5. So, but a great recovery, a 20-second victory for Floyd. He'll go up 1-0, and we'll get our players set up for game number 2.
Yeah, that sub 6, it's been elusive this year. We haven't had one in competition. They have happened in checkups so far this year, but so far no one has managed to make it work in the actual monthly.
We had one cut real close last night with Frank. Frank had, I believe, a 605. So we'll see how things go here in this second game. All right, we've got 3, 2, 1 goes and ready from both players. The predictions, by the way, as we get into our second game, are a nice percentage for Floyd. 69% of the channel points, with the biggest wager going from Cupcake Frosting. Maine Coomcat did 3,000, and then we had some other folks put some channel points down on Dars. Looking at our first round here, good opening boards by both players, but not a lot of red access for Dars to start, although he's about to open some real estate up here and does now have access to red.
Right. In general, I did like Dars's board better because Floyd had these sort of twin towers, twin spires that were going on, and you can still see it in column 7 up really high. So he's going to have to take drop time.
He is looking at drop time. He's also really running out of options for yellow. And now he seems to be opening things back up, and he seems to have condensed his board back down. Dars with a bit of a split board, but the big problem is there's a lot of reds, and he's not getting any sort of red to help him out.
I think if he can clear out this red on top of them, he's got this great T opportunity, but it's tough to have that be the same color that you need. That means he needs a lot of red. But he's getting it.
He's got him consecutively. He's out at a minute 20. Floyd a bit behind. He's got 6 viruses to go. The good news is he's got 2 1-pill clears if he wants them, and he's not going to get the double to cooperate.
And also, Dars seems to have made a misdrop in columns 2 and 3 with that horizontal red-blue. So this could buy Floyd a little bit of time as he's out at a 143.
And Floyd with a great speed-friendly board to start. Everything very condensed at the top of the board. That'll make endgame planning a lot easier as he's starting to clear out all of his blue on his top line. Not a lot of blue access, so we'll see how that shapes up for him. But that double red huge as he's now down to 23 viruses. Dars maintaining a lead, and he has cleaned his board up just a bit. But Floyd is starting to get right behind him here as it's now a 6 virus lead for Dars. Floyd not getting the clears, but has some great setups going.
Mm-hmm. And now you see that Floyd has his board split up. Looks like maybe Dars could be going for some horizontal yellow if it cooperates. But he'd had to spend some time digging out of that initial misdrop and hesitation past that.
And a good play by Floyd to horizontally out that double and get some support on that yellow in column 8. Those viruses on the extreme sides in 1 and 8 so important. Because a misdrop there can really, really put you in trouble.
Mm-hmm. And JB Dars needs a lot of yellow. And I didn't even realize he has 1 red virus left in his lower right-hand corner.
And Floyd has taken a slight lead, and a sweet tea will put him down to 1. And a great setup to get out. He's out at 312. Dars not far behind, though. He just needs the 1 yellow, and he'll be out relatively soon here. He's out at a 319, so very, very close for both players.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, never underestimate Dars. He's a very creative player. Floyd really throws those pills down fast. And Dars is a little bit more cautious and takes his time with thinking about the plays. Got a nice diverse top line right now.
Meanwhile, Floyd with a bit of garbage management going on right now, but he's still maintaining a pretty clean board and able to set up combos. Even if there's a little bit of garbage on the top line, if it could be set up to as part of a combo to clear a virus out, it's never that big of a problem. As long as those, the garbage doesn't cascade, you're usually okay with 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm. There is a lot of blue up there, and there were a bunch of blue horizontal opportunities that just seemed too high to wait for. So blue's going to be Floyd's hang-up, I'm pretty sure. Meanwhile, Dars has that sloping situation again from left to right, as you can notice.
But that 0 drop really helps him, and then turns straight into another double clear. He's down to 10. Floyd down to 4, but an extremely scattered blue set right here. He's going to have to try to fight to minimize his drop time. That's what's really going to kill him here, as Dars is not too far behind at a 445.
Mm-hmm. And things seem to be cooperating for him right now. He needs a couple more blues. He is really still in it, especially because his timer is a little bit behind Floyd's.
Floyd was out at right around 4 minutes, 50 seconds, and Floyd with hardly any red on his top line. That could be critical here early on in this 9.
Mm-hmm. Dars' situation is looking better, although blue is his problem and he's covered it up. So he's sort of got garbage blue and not real blue.
If Floyd can get some things going, though, as you see, he's really starting to play a lot more aggressively, going for 1 pill clears. He knows he's behind, but not by that much. He's only behind by 3 or so viruses, as Floyd trying to just open up the board. Both players really trying to look to open up this board here. Looks like Floyd can do it here by clearing out that last blue in 6.
Mm-hmm.
And
both of them... Oh, go ahead.
I would say a great drop combo as well by Dars. He's staying in it here. He's, only down by a couple of viruses. This could really come down to the end as these players really starting to put the pressure on each other as we hit the 6-minute mark.
Definitely. There is that double blue, double red horizontal opportunity that he could either choose to get going or ignore. I think he's going to go the safer route, Dars is.
Dars has taken the lead, by the way. He is now it's a tie game as we get into 6:21. We're at that 6-minute mark. It's too close to call here with how diverse these boards are. It's a slight favoring for Floyd, though, as he's down to 5. and Dars looking to do something to get out, just getting hammered with yellows that he does not need. He does manage to get the clear. Did go for the horizontal on the double blues. That could be critical. Dars down to 2. Floyd just needs 1. He's going to be out at 6:47, and Dars 1 virus away. Dars 5 seconds off, and Floyd manages to steal game 2 and go on to the second round. What a phenomenal finish.
That was a terrific game. Amazing play by Dars, because his original board was not looking that great. So, yeah, just that was really exciting to watch.